Welcome to Scrum Masters Elite_UK. Subscribe to the channel for inspiring sports stories, lessons in resilience, teamwork, and the journey toward lasting success.
Black Ferns Sevens journey at SVNS Valladolid. When defeat becomes the fuel to grow stronger. In elite sports, fans often remember trophies, championships, and glorious moments of victory. Yet sometimes, it is defeat that reveals the true character of a team. After watching Black Ferns Sevens compete at SVNS Valladolid, what stayed with me most was not the dominant 50-14 victory over Canada or New Zealand's continued affirmation of its status as one of the world's best teams. Instead, it was the way they confronted disappointment, transforming negative emotions into motivation to rise again and move forward. Looking at the overall performance of the New Zealand women's team this season, it is clear that they have been one of the most dominant forces in the SVNS series. Winning 5 of 6 tournament stops is not a result of luck. It reflects thorough preparation, a well-structured development system, consistent performances, and the ability to maintain an exceptionally high standard throughout a long and demanding season. However, because they had become so accustomed to winning, their semi-final loss to Australia in Valladolid felt like an even greater shock. When a team wins repeatedly, people often assume that the victories will continue. But sports have never worked that way. A brief lapse in concentration, a few imperfect decisions, or an outstanding performance from the opposition can completely change the outcome of a match. What makes the story even more compelling is that New Zealand started strongly against Australia. They built a significant lead, controlled the game, and seemed well on their way to victory. Yet Australia demonstrated why they are consistently regarded as New Zealand's greatest rival in rugby sevens. Refusing to surrender and unwilling to accept defeat, they fought relentlessly until the final moments and completed a remarkable comeback.
From my perspective, this serves as one of the most important lessons in modern sports. No lead is truly safe until the final whistle. Whether a team is ahead or facing adversity, maintaining focus remains the most critical factor. Success is often determined not by how we start, but by how we finish. After that loss, what impressed me most was the reaction of the New Zealand players. They did not search for excuses. They did not blame circumstances or bad luck. Instead, they acknowledged that Australia had simply performed better on the day. This reflects genuine sportsmanship, the ability to respect opponents and accept reality with honesty and humility. Kelsey Teneti's comments after the match were particularly thought-provoking. When she described the third-place playoff as an opportunity for the team to release the frustration from the loss to Australia, I did not interpret it as negative anger. Rather, it reflected the emotions of athletes who possess a strong sense of professional pride. They were disappointed because they had fallen short of their goal, but instead of allowing that disappointment to drag them down, they transformed it into positive energy on the field. Their 50-14 victory over Canada was clear evidence of that mindset. It was more than just another win. It showcased the mental resilience of a great team. In elite sports, not every team can immediately recover from a painful defeat. Many require significant time to rebuild confidence. Black Ferns Sevens, however, demonstrated the qualities of true champions. Kelsey Teneti emerged as one of the standout performers, scoring 5 tries in the match. This achievement not only highlights her exceptional individual talent, but also reflects the team's collective cohesion. While a player may shine individually, consistently creating scoring opportunities at the international level is only possible through teamwork, effective strategy, and a shared competitive spirit.
What I appreciated even more was Teneti's humility after the game. Despite delivering an outstanding performance, she emphasized that the team still had much to learn and improve. This is the mindset of great athletes. They do not allow current success to breed complacency. They understand that every victory is merely one step in a much longer journey. Looking at the bigger picture, the Black Ferns Sevens season serves as a powerful example of the value of consistency. In an era when many teams can produce moments of brilliance but struggle to sustain their level over time, New Zealand stands out for maintaining elite standards across multiple tournaments. This demonstrates that lasting success does not come from temporary inspiration but from discipline and professionalism practiced every day. For me personally, this story offers lessons that extend far beyond sports. In life, We often set ambitious goals and work hard to achieve them. Yet results do not always unfold as expected. There are moments when success appears within reach, only to slip away at the last minute. In those situations, our response becomes the most important factor. I have learned that failure does not have to be the end of the journey. Sometimes, it is simply a reminder that there is still room for improvement. Instead of dwelling on regret or blaming ourselves, we should objectively evaluate what happened, learn from the experience, and continue moving forward. The way we respond to setbacks ultimately determines how much we grow. For fans, the journey of Black Ferns Sevens also carries an important message. Supporters naturally love victory, but true sports fandom should not exist only during successful moments. Genuine support means standing alongside a team during its most difficult times. One defeat cannot erase the hard work and achievements a team has built throughout an entire season. The story also highlights the importance of respecting opponents. Australia's memorable comeback was not the result of New Zealand becoming weaker, it happened because Australia fought until the very end. In a healthy competitive environment, progress often comes from facing rivals strong enough to push us beyond our limits.
For society, particularly for younger generations, the journey of these New Zealand women athletes carries significant educational value. It demonstrates that women can serve as powerful role models of determination, resilience, and leadership in elite sports. Stories like these help break down outdated stereotypes and inspire young people to pursue their passions. Another noteworthy aspect is the professionalism displayed by the players in their post-tournament comments. There were no extreme statements, no uncontrolled criticism, and no overly emotional reactions. Instead, they spoke honestly about what had happened, acknowledged their opponents' efforts, and remained focused on future goals. This is exactly the kind of positive example that sports should bring to society. Now, with attention turning to SVNS Bordeaux, where the 2025-26 World Championship title will be decided, Black Ferns Sevens enter their next challenge carrying both confidence and valuable lessons from recent experiences. They remain among the leading contenders, but they also understand that nothing is guaranteed until the final whistle sounds. As I reflect on this story, what stays with me is not the numbers on the scoreboard but the athletes' relentless commitment to learning and improvement. Victory brings joy, but it is the way we face defeat that reveals the true depth of a champion. Black Ferns Sevens did not reach the final they had hoped for. Yet the way they responded after that setback stands as a powerful testament to resilience, unity, and the desire to keep growing. That is also the greatest lesson I take away for myself. No one can win all the time, but everyone can choose how they respond to failure. When we learn to turn setbacks into motivation for self-improvement, we become stronger and move closer to achieving lasting success in the future.
Thank you for being part of Scrum Masters Elite_UK. Turn every setback into motivation to go further. See you next time.